30 seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Close to Entertainment here, back with another video. And for today's video, we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans. And it's the off-season. So as we know, there's going to be a bunch of different rumors, a bunch of new reports. And it's the week right after the Super Bowl. So reports and rumors and just different things like that are going to be skyrocketing like crazy. Different things about trades, free agency, of course. And just a bunch of different things. And of course, it's time for the Deshaun Watson rumors. So it was reported recently that Deshaun Watson has begun evaluating potential fits for his services in 2022 with the Bucs and Vikings among teams on his radar. And this was reported by Jeremy Fowler, a pretty trusted reporter, I guess. He's from ESPN. He's on the SportsCenter weekend show and different things. So, I mean, he definitely knows something. There's no way he's just putting this out there for no reason. But, yeah. So that's very, very interesting right off the bat. The Buccaneers, right when you look at it, like right away, it makes sense in Deshaun's perspective. Of course, who wouldn't want to go there? Be the second quarterback after Tom Brady retires. Have a pretty decent team. I know all of their offense pretty much is free agents, but I'm sure they can make something work there. But who wouldn't want to play there if they're a quarterback? But in terms of the Houston Texans, it really doesn't make much sense for them. Unless, of course, they'll be getting a few players back. And maybe these players can consist of maybe like a Devin White, Antoine Winfield, Vita Vea possibly, somebody like that. And then, of course, along with picks. And let's not forget that their pick this year is very, very late. I think it's a late 20s pick. And then their draft picks for the years to come, they're also going to be very late. Because, I mean, with Deshaun at quarterback, there should be at least in the playoffs every year pretty much. So the picks aren't even going to be that good. So the only way I could see, I guess, the Bucs potentially making a deal for Watson is if the Texans maybe ask for like 4 first. Honestly, probably 4 considering how low they are. So 4 first, either Antoine Winfield or Devin White, plus of course those seconds and thirds. So I mean, it's not my preferred destination for him. I guess it's good that we get to send him to the NFC, but in terms of what we're getting back, I mean, of course we're getting those, I guess, star solidified players, but it's not enough. Those draft picks, it's unlikely they're going to be anything, I guess, crazy special because they're so late. I mean, obviously draft picks are draft picks. You can do a bunch of different things with them, but that's not the point. They're so late, so it's like, is it even worth it compared to a team like the Vikings, who were just also mentioned in that little article thing? So let's start talking about the Vikings now. So the Vikings, they currently have pick number 12, pick number 46, I believe, and pick number 77 in the top 100 picks this year. So I would assume they'd have to send number 12 and number 46 and maybe 2 other ones. So it would be a total of maybe like 3 first, 2 seconds, 2 thirds or something like that, something in that range. And it makes sense for both Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Of course, Deshaun, is rumored that that's one of his teams that he wants to go to, and it makes sense. As a quarterback, you're going there. You have a solidified running back in Dalvin Cook. The other running back they got, I think Madison, he's also pretty good. He put on a pretty good set of games when Dalvin Cook was out. And then, of course, the receiving core, you got a young, up-and-rising superstar and Justin Jefferson, who's undoubtedly a top 10 wide receiver, probably higher, or definitely higher for me at least. You got Adam Thielen, another borderline top 10 wide receiver. And of course you got the other wide receiver, what's his name? I think I can't think of his name right now. But the point is, they got a bunch of different weapons for Deshaun. So what would make sense in terms of their offense, they would definitely be getting an upgraded quarterback over Kirk Cousins. But their defense would still be, I guess, lackluster, especially on the secondary department. So I mean, it makes sense if they want to go for an offensive look, especially with their new offensive-minded head coach and Kevin O'Connell. But would they be willing to give up that much for Deshaun Watson when they have quite a few holes on that defense? I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Maybe get another cornerback, maybe another edge presence alongside Daniel Hunter, and maybe they would be set. But it would probably be something like that: 3 1s, 2 2s, and 2 3s. So maybe they could get a cornerback in free agency. Maybe they hit on a cornerback later in the draft if they were to trade for Deshaun Watson. But honestly, it makes sense for both teams. For me, I would rather trade him to the Vikings. But some other dark horse candidates that were listed over the past few days that are supposedly going to be looking into the quarterback market. These teams consist of the Denver Broncos, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Carolina Panthers, and I believe it was the Buccaneers as well. So those four teams are going to be... Oh, also the Washington Commanders. So those teams are definitely going to be in the quarterback market. And it should drive that price up for Deshaun Watson. One of the more ideal places also to look out for is the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, they have Jalen Hurts. I really, really like Jalen Hurts' game. I think he could be a solid quarterback in the NFL. But if you're deciding who to have at franchise quarterback over Deshaun Watson or Jalen Hurts, it has to be easily Deshaun Watson. So the Eagles should not be, I guess, ruled out completely. Let's not forget, prior to the season, and leading all the way up to the trade deadline, they were offering the Texans 4 first, and I'm not sure what the other picks were looking like, but it was definitely 4 first-round picks, and they also sent a legal team or some type of security legal team or something like that to Houston to speak with Deshaun, see what's going on with him. Is everything going to be cleared or whatnot? So then they can make preparations to trade for him. But of course, Deshaun Watson had to have accepted the trade clause to be sent to Philadelphia. It's unseen if he would or if he did or if he would have. There's been reported that he probably wouldn't have, but who knows at this point, especially with his number one team in Miami being most likely out on him. So it's just a bunch of different unknowns as of right now. But expect a bunch of different rumors. Is he going to be traded to Minnesota or Tampa Bay? Honestly, I don't think so. I think that's just smoke by his team to drive up the market again. But it's yet to be seen. If I had to make a guess right now, what teams, my top 2 teams that would probably be the most likely to trade for him, I would have to guess Denver Broncos and Philadelphia Eagles. Those 2 teams, those divisions, they're tough right now. The AFC West, of course, you got the Broncos, you got the Chiefs, you got the Chargers, and you got the Raiders. So you got some pretty damn good quarterbacks in there. Justin Herbert, top 10. Patrick Mahomes, top 3. And if you add Deshaun Watson into that division, top 5. That's honestly the best division in terms of quarterback play if they are to get Deshaun Watson. And then look at the Philadelphia Eagles. That division is wide open as well. Dak Prescott, he's not a bad quarterback, but he's not a top 5 franchise-changing quarterback. Like, he has all that stuff around him, and he can't win? I mean, I don't know. But if the Philadelphia Eagles really, really want to win, they would probably want to go out and get a top 5 quarterback in Deshaun. It makes just too much sense. And they have 3 firsts this draft, so maybe they give up 15 and 16, 1 first next year, and maybe a couple of seconds or thirds and call it a day, something like that. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting next month or so, month or two for the Deshaun Watson trade market, for the Texans trade market and whatnot. But yeah, all of these reports are gonna be coming out over the next few weeks, few months maybe. Don't believe everything you read. Some are gonna be made by the media, by Deshaun Watson's team, by the Texans, different things to drive different things out there. So yeah, just don't believe everything that comes out, but I would expect the Denver Broncos or Philadelphia Eagles to be really, really heavily interested in Deshaun Watson. But yeah, let me know what team y'all think Deshaun Watson ends up going to. Which deal would y'all rather have for the Texans? Which pick? But yeah, as I said, let me know down below in the comments. Let me know who y'all would draft for the Texans at number 3, of course. The draft is going to be very exciting coming up. But yeah, it's been Clutch City Entertainment, and I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.